March 2014, St. Petersburg. Pavel Durov stares at the FSB letter on his desk. Russia's secret police want Ukrainian protesters' name organizing on his platform. Hand over their data or face consequences. He knows what happens next. Those people disappear. Durov screenshots the letter, posts it on his own platform for 200 million users to see. The Kremlin's secret demand goes viral in minutes. Within days, the company he built at 21 now belongs to Putin's allies. He flees Russia with cash in Swiss banks and code on his laptop. Builds an encrypted messenger so secure that when Russia blocks 18 million IP addresses trying to kill it, they crash their own government systems instead. The FBI tracks him across 3 continents. France hacks his phone. The SEC destroys his billion-dollar cryptocurrency. 17 countries ban his platform. He gets arrested on a Paris runway, faces 12 criminal charges, drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. 7 months later, he walks free. How does a programmer defeat agencies with billion-dollar budgets? And what made him impossible to destroy? September 2006, St. Petersburg. Pavel Durov, fresh out of university, a linguistics degree and a brother who wins gold medals at international math Olympiads. He launches a website called vContact, Russian for In Touch. The interface looks like Facebook. The features work like Facebook. But this version lets users upload anything: music, movies, pirated files. The Russian internet has never seen anything like it. Within 2 years, vContact passes every competitor in the country. 50 million users, then 100 million. Durov becomes the youngest self-made billionaire in Russia. Forbes calls him the Russian Zuckerberg. He runs the company like a cult leader. December 2011. Moscow erupts. Parliamentary elections, fraud allegations. Thousands pour into the streets demanding Putin's removal. They organize on vContact, share protest locations, coordinate movements, upload footage of police brutality. The Kremlin calls Durov directly. Shut down the opposition pages. Delete the protest groups. Hand over administrator data. He refuses. Days later, armed police surround his St. Petersburg apartment. 6 officers in tactical gear. Automatic weapons. They pound on his door. Durov watches through his security camera. Picks up his phone. Opens Twitter. Posts a photograph of a dog wearing a hoodie. Tongue hanging out. Doesn't answer the door. 1 hour passes. The SWAT team leaves. Spring 2012, Victory Day. Russia celebrates the defeat of Nazi Germany. Patriotism saturates every broadcast. Flags, parades, speeches about sacrifice. Durov posts on social media, 67 years ago, Stalin defended from Hitler his right to suppress Soviet people. The country explodes. State media calls him a traitor. Nationalist groups demand his arrest. Weeks later, he stands at his office window with company executives. They fold 5,000 ruble notes into paper airplanes, toss them into the street below. People scramble. Fistfights break out on the pavement. Durov watches from above. The message was clear. He couldn't be controlled. The Kremlin had just tried to silence him. His response was to throw cash out a window and watch the chaos. February 2014, Kyiv burns. Ukrainian protesters storm government buildings. President Yanukovych flees to Russia. The Euromaidan revolution reshapes Eastern Europe overnight. Thousands of Ukrainians organize the uprising on vContact. The FSB wants their names. A formal letter arrives at Durov's office. Hand over the personal data of Ukrainian protest leaders. Comply within 24 hours. Durov screenshots the letter, posts it publicly on his own platform. Adds a response. His conscience will never allow political censorship. The Kremlin moves fast. Within weeks, Putin's allies acquire 48% of vContact through shell companies. The board fires Durov as CEO. They claim he submitted a resignation letter and forgot about it. He denies writing any letter. Doesn't matter. The company belongs to the state now. In April, Durov vanishes. He sells his remaining shares, transfers $300 million to Swiss banks, buys citizenship in St. Kitts and Nevis for a $250,000 donation. Then he crosses the border and never returns. Behind him, the largest social network in Russian history. 8 years of work, 100 million users. Gone. Ahead of him, a laptop, a small team, and an idea he'd been building in secret for over a year. An encrypted messenger that governments couldn't crack. April 2014, somewhere over Europe, Pavel Durov stares out a plane window. $300 million in Swiss accounts, a passport from a Caribbean island, and one project he'd been building in secret for 18 months. His brother Nikolai had already written the code, a messaging protocol called MTP-ROTO, military-grade encryption, messages that vanish, servers distributed across multiple countries. To shut it down, you'd have to raid a dozen nations at once. They called it Telegram. The idea came during the SWAT standoff, police at his door demanding data. Durov realized he had no way to communicate that the Kremlin couldn't intercept. Every app, phone call, and text, compromised. If he couldn't find a secure platform, he would build one. The first version launched in August 2013, while Durov still ran vContact. By the time the Kremlin took his company, Telegram already had 100,000 users. Now he had nothing but time. Berlin, London, Singapore, San Francisco. Durov drifts between cities, rents apartments under shell companies, keeps his location secret, hires engineers through encrypted channels. The entire operation runs from laptops and hotel rooms. He considers basing Telegram in America. Silicon Valley, the birthplace of tech freedom. The FBI changes his mind. First trip to San Francisco. 2 agents wait at the airport. They know his flight, his seat number. They introduce themselves politely, ask questions about Telegram, about encryption, about his plans in America. Durov answers carefully, thanks them for their concern, walks away, 3rd time. They show up at his rental house, 9 in the morning. Durov is eating breakfast. 2 FBI agents at the door, wanting to talk. He talks, says nothing useful. They leave, but the message is clear. America's watching. Then it gets worse. One of his senior engineers approaches him after a trip to the US. The man is shaken. He tells Durov that cybersecurity agents contacted him privately, behind Durov's back. They wanted him to integrate certain open-source tools into Telegram's code. Durov asks what kind of tools. The engineer explains. Libraries that would create vulnerabilities, backdoors, ways for American intelligence to access encrypted messages without Telegram ever knowing. The FBI tried to flip his own developer. Durov books a flight out of the country, crosses America off the list permanently. 2017, Dubai. The United Arab Emirates offers something the West never could. Total freedom, quiet airports, silent intelligence agencies, a tax-free office in Media City, and a government that minds its own business. Durov moves Telegram's headquarters to the desert. His brother handles the technical architecture. Pavel handles everything else. Product, vision, public image. They employ fewer than 50 people. Telegram grows. 10 million users. 50 million. 200 million. Activists in Hong Kong use it to organize protests. Dissidents in Iran share footage of government crackdowns. Journalists in Belarus coordinate coverage of stolen elections. Every authoritarian regime on Earth wants access to Telegram's servers. Durov gives them nothing. By 2018, Telegram is the 9th most popular messaging app in the world. Encrypted, independent, untouchable. The Kremlin disagrees. They're about to launch the largest internet censorship campaign in Russian history. What happens next turns Durov into a legend. April 13, 2018, Moscow. A Russian court delivers its verdict. Telegram must hand over encryption keys to the FSB. Durov refuses. The court gives Roskomnadzor, Russia's internet regulator, authority to block Telegram nationwide. Wipe it from the Russian internet entirely. 15 million users. Gone overnight. At least that was the plan. April 16th, the ban begins. Roskomnadzor starts blocking IP addresses linked to Telegram. Hundreds at first, then thousands. Telegram servers go dark. Victory seems instant, but the app keeps working. Durov's team had prepared for this. A technique called domain fronting. Instead of connecting directly to Telegram servers, the app disguises its traffic. Routes it through Google, through Amazon, makes every Telegram message look like ordinary web browsing. Roskomnadzor can see the traffic, They just can't tell what it is. The regulator panics, starts blocking everything. Amazon IP addresses, Google IP addresses, entire server farms owned by American tech giants. Collateral damage spreads instantly. Russian banks lose payment systems. Gaming platforms freeze. Google search becomes unreliable. Gmail stops working for millions. Websites completely unrelated to Telegram vanish from the internet. 18 million IP addresses blocked. The largest act of internet censorship in Russian history. Telegram's user base keeps climbing. April 22nd, Durov calls for resistance. He posts a message on vKontakte, the platform the Kremlin stole from him 4 years earlier. His words are simple. If you support a free internet, fly a paper airplane from your window at 7 tonight. The paper airplane is Telegram's logo. Collect them an hour later. Russians respond by the thousands. Videos flood social media. Paper airplanes drifting from apartment windows in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Novosibirsk, Yekaterinburg. Activists throw paper planes at FSB headquarters on Lubyanka Square. Police grab a few. The rest scatter before anyone can be arrested. April 30th, Moscow city center. 12,000 people march down Prospect Sakharova, the largest internet freedom protest in Russian history. Signs read, "We want Telegram, not television." Giant paper airplanes float above the crowd. Durov posts on Twitter, "You make me proud and excited to be Russian." He hasn't set foot in the country for 4 years. The ban drags on. Weeks become months. Months become a year. Roskomnadzor keeps blocking. Telegram keeps dodging. Amazon and Google disable domain, fronting under pressure. Doesn't matter. Durov's engineers build their own proxy network. Thousands of servers, constantly rotating IP addresses. Every time Russia blocks one, 3 more appear. The government tries deep packet inspection, specialized technology that analyzes internet traffic at the data level, identifies Telegram connections by their digital fingerprint. Telegram updates its protocol. The fingerprint changes. The inspection fails. 19 months into the ban, independent researchers publish their findings. Telegram usage in Russia hasn't dropped. It has doubled. 15 million users became 30 million. The Russian government's own officials keep using the app. Foreign ministry channels, regional coronavirus task forces, military communications. They banned Telegram and couldn't stop using it themselves. June 18, 2020. Roskomnadzor surrenders. A quiet press release. The ban is lifted. Telegram has agreed to cooperate on terrorism and extremism. Details remain vague. Durov posts a single line. Telegram has become the largest shelter for those seeking a platform for free speech. The Kremlin spent 2 years trying to kill his app. Blocked 18 million addresses, broke half the Russian internet, created a protest movement. Telegram emerged stronger than ever, but Russia wasn't the only government watching. Across the Atlantic, American regulators had their own plan to destroy Durov's empire. They would attack his wallet. January 2018, Dubai. Pavel Durov has a problem. Telegram is growing faster than ever, 500 million users. But the company makes zero revenue, runs entirely on his personal fortune. He needs money. But investors mean boards. Boards mean compromises. Durov refuses to give up control. So he finds another way. Cryptocurrency. The pitch is simple. Nearly 1 billion users already on Telegram. Give them a cryptocurrency built into the app. Payments, transfers, smart contracts, all encrypted, all instant. Silicon Valley goes crazy. Durov launches a private sale, invites only. Minimum investment, $20 million. The biggest names in tech lineup: Sequoia Capital, Benchmark, Kleiner Perkins, Russian oligarchs, Saudi princes. 2 rounds, 30 days total. Final count, $1.7 billion from 171 investors. The second largest cryptocurrency fundraise in history, all before a single coin exists. Durov promises delivery by October 2019. The Telegram Open Network will launch. Gram tokens will distribute to investors. A new financial system begins. Then America intervenes. October 11, 2019. Manhattan. The Securities and Exchange Commission files an emergency lawsuit. They claim Gram tokens are securities, unregistered, illegal. The sale violated American law. The SEC demands an immediate injunction. Stop the launch, freeze the tokens, return the money. Durov fights back. His lawyers argue Gram is a currency, not a security. The SEC has no jurisdiction over a Dubai company selling to international buyers. The judge disagrees. March 24, 2020, the court issues a preliminary injunction. Telegram cannot distribute Gram tokens. The project is frozen indefinitely. Durov faces an impossible choice. Fight the SEC for years in American courts. Burn through hundreds of millions in legal fees. Keep investors waiting with zero guarantee of victory, or walk away. May 12, 2020. Durov publishes a letter. I am writing to announce that Telegram's active involvement with TAN is over. 12 words, $1.7 billion. Gone. He blames America directly, calls the ruling a tragedy, compares it to a hypothetical scenario where the United States bans other countries from using the US dollar. June 2020. The settlement? Telegram agrees to pay an $18.5 million fine, returns $1.22 billion to investors, promises to notify the SEC before any future cryptocurrency launches. The Telegram Open Network is dead, but Durov leaves one door open. Before shutting down, his team releases the entire TAN codebase, open source, free for anyone to use. Within weeks, independent developers pick up the project. They call themselves the TAN community. Rename it the Open Network. Same technology, different owners. Durov stays quiet. Officially, Telegram has nothing to do with TAN anymore. Unofficially, the same engineers who built it keep contributing. The same architecture integrates into Telegram. By 2024, TAN reaches billions in market value. TAN coin becomes one of the top 20 cryptocurrencies in the world. The SEC killed Durov's project. He gave it to the world and watched it resurrect itself. By 2024, Telegram passes 1 billion users. Revenue exceeds $1 billion. The platform turns profitable for the first time. Durov has beaten Russia, outmaneuvered America, built an empire from exile. But one government has been watching from the shadows, hacking his phone, tracking his movements, waiting for the perfect moment. French intelligence has a problem. Terrorists, drug traffickers, criminals of every kind use Telegram, and they cannot read a single message, so they find another way in. A joint operation, France and the United Arab Emirates working together. Codename, Purple Music. Target, Pavel Durov's personal iPhone. They succeed. Durov never finds out. Keeps believing his communications are secure. The same year he considers moving Telegram to Paris. France seems friendly, European, sophisticated, a good base for a global company. The Élysée Palace. President Emmanuel Macron invites Durov to lunch. The French leader has a proposal. Move Telegram's headquarters to Paris. Become a French company. France will welcome him. Durov listens politely, thanks the president for his hospitality, then declines. Something feels wrong. Too eager and friendly. Why would a government that demands encryption backdoors from every tech company suddenly welcome the most encrypted platform on Earth? Durov chooses Dubai instead. The UAE offers citizenship, invests $75 million into Telegram, asks zero questions. He never learns that the same country hacked his phone alongside France. Macron doesn't forget the rejection. Neither does French intelligence. They wait. August 24, 2024, Le Bourget Airport, Paris. A private jet touches down at 8 in the evening. Durov steps off the plane. 40 years old, black clothes, a woman and a bodyguard beside him. He traveled from Azerbaijan. Rumors suggest he tried to meet Vladimir Putin there. The Kremlin denies it, says Putin refused. French police don't care about Russia, they care about the warrant. Officers surround the jet. Durov is handcuffed on the tarmac, taken into custody immediately. His bodyguard and assistant detained separately. The charges are extraordinary. 12 counts: complicity in drug trafficking, money laundering, distribution of child exploitation material, organized fraud, providing illegal cryptographic services, refusing to cooperate with law enforcement. France claims Telegram enabled it all. 950 million users, almost zero moderation. Criminals operating freely while Durov looked the other way. For the first time in his life, Pavel Durov sits in a jail cell. The world erupts. Elon Musk posts Free Pavel on X. Edward Snowden calls the arrest an assault on human rights. Tucker Carlson compares France to an authoritarian regime. Crypto investors panic. Toncoin crashes 14% overnight. Russia, the country that tried to destroy Telegram for 2 years, demands his release. The Foreign Ministry accuses France of political persecution. Deputy Speaker of the Duma offers to bring Durov home. The UAE sends diplomats. Durov holds Emirati citizenship. Abu Dhabi invested millions in his company. They want their man back. Macron releases a statement. The arrest is not political. France respects free speech, but the rule of law applies to everyone, even billionaires. August 28th, a French judge formalizes 6 charges. Durov posts bail, 5 million euros. He must report to a police station twice weekly, surrenders his passports, cannot leave French territory. The man who escaped Russia, dodged the FBI, outsmarted the SEC, now trapped in France by a moderation dispute. September 2024, Durov breaks his silence. He posts on Telegram, admits the platform grew too fast. 950 million users created growing pains. Criminals exploited gaps in moderation. He takes responsibility, promises changes. Within weeks, Telegram updates its policies, shares user IP addresses with law enforcement on valid requests, removes the People Nearby feature, joins the Internet Watch Foundation to combat child exploitation, publishes transparency reports for the first time. March 2025, a French judge grants permission. Durov can leave. Temporarily, Dubai only. He flies home the same day. The investigation continues. Trial could take years. Conviction could mean a decade in prison. But Pavel Durov is free. Back in Dubai, still running Telegram. 4 passports, $17 billion, 100 biological children, 1 billion users sending messages that governments cannot read. He built the fortress they said couldn't exist, survived every attack they launched against it. Russia, America, France, intelligence agencies on 3 continents. They all tried to break him, but failed. The man who outsmarted every government remains standing, typing, sending paper airplanes into the void, and the world cannot read a single message.